there's no train practice for CompLexity. This is a reschedule, so they haven't been actively practicing this map, and they have a new roster member. Some thoughts, some things to digest.
If I remember correctly, this was the map they lost to Nip to in at EMS 1, right?
Wow. They lost to Nuke. They lost them on Nuke and then Train at the end.
And then Train, yeah.
We're live. This is it. We're underway. We'll take a look at our pistol round strat. It's going to be a slow walk to the Ivy. 4 players there with a lurk. No doubt at mid. Jay Mitchell will wait, and he will be the pressure point here. It's going to be up to nothing. He thinks he's going to get a fence boost, and he doesn't. He's spotted at least 3, even with the X-ray on. We know that he had the vision to pick up 3. Sean Gears launches a deep nade. It doesn't actually pick up any damage there. First entry good by Hiko. Response, excuse me, that's Roka, who's actually mimicking Hiko's favorite tag, and he's actually calling him out in public, which I'm not going to say it on stream, but it's strange that they're both in the same match. 1-on-3 is the last, and oddly enough, it's Anger who's the last. He gets eliminated in the ladder room. I wonder if that irks Hiko. Really, I mean, like, to be in the same match with him, that makes me cringe.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if these guys hate each other or what, but either way, I mean, huge pistol round for Reliable right there, and, you know, that might be the defeat to my prediction right there, because pistol round always super important on Train. Once you get that one, you should be able to pick up the next 2. Obviously, going against eco rounds from CompLexity is going to be tough, and we've seen them turn eco rounds multiple times, so I wouldn't give it a 100% guarantee here for Reliable, but they do have the advantage now going into the second round.
The centerpiece, the fulcrum of this strat, seems to be at the outer entrance of the T connector, and since that is the case, there is going to be an inevitable lurk, and that lurk happened to be Arya. He gets the kill, and because he gets the kill, the strat completely flips on its head. Now it's a B take, and CompLexity is slow to rotate. They've only just gotten to the site after word was relayed that the position was lost and they needed to get here. So this information, or the lack of information, will likely cost CompLexity the round. Hiko, the last with his CZ, comes through the Z, may pick up 1. Oh, hey, nice reflexes, man. Hiko brings down the Hiko-hating Roka and Jay Mitchell before the long-distance nade delivers him his death 2 rounds, and we're hoping for a third to give Reliable their just rewards for winning the pistol round.
Yeah, those CZs are so strong, and they're actually, you're seeing them a lot more and more being bought in these games, and I think people are starting to realize how strong they are. And look at this, Sempus and Anger picking them up once again. So they're trying to, they want to, you know, force a rebuy here, make Reliable have to buy for their 4th round gun round here.
The 4th round gun round. Oh, I see a bit of copy pasting going on already. Let's keep that to a minimum. Don't want to over mod chat or anything like that. Our strat this round is a little bit of an off-kilter one. We have a base look inside of T-spawn, which is a set nade position, and though they're not using it, it's I think more than likely just an anti-push position, and they're going to try to force their way into B. And as I am a little bit too slow to proclaim that, they've actually taken B. They've pushed 2 out, and important to push those players out into the Z connector to make it uncomfortable for the CTs to rotate. Good to our number 8 man. Arya's in the same spot as the CPs. He could get lurked, could get his gun picked off. He knows that he's actually been trapped, but because he has the P90, this weapon will afford him the ability to push. Sempus brings him down, claims his P90, but it won't ultimately be enough. Our number 4 man is the last. He has Slip charging him, who comes up cross jumping, hoping to get a jumping headshot or something. Probably not the best idea for him, and Sempus is now in suicide mode. There's absolutely no reason to say this. Oh, a piercing gush headshot. Sempus wanted to charge out and peek Sobo, but he literally received 1 to the jugular through that little tin door.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's just staring at the edge of that wall. I mean, either way, I'm sure he had some grand plan going, but either way, he goes down. And, I mean, another intertake from Arya, excuse me, against Anger. So that's the second round that Anger has failed to hold Inner. I mean, it was Eco's, obviously, so they did have the advantage there, and it's going to be tough. But we'll see if they, you know, try to single them out here.
These long flashes from Sempus out of mid are designed to blind anybody coming out to mid. I think he thought that he might get a faster push, but that slow presence made him waste his double flash. 2 nice entries. Very, very nice. 1 long AK shot and the off shot. Hiko responds by bringing 1 down at Hell, also 1 at the bomb train. It's all evened up. 3 left for the CTs. Now 2. Anger might get this lurk. Yes, he does. Slip tried to press the smoke and force his advantage. 2 on 2, and Slip may have given up the round for his team with his greedy play. 1 left at the Hell position. That's Roka. He knows He knows Sean Gare's at his left, and he chooses a very precarious moment to choose to reload. He needs to bring this to a one-on-one, and he chooses to look the wrong way. The first round for CompLexity now tallied up after this defuse. Pretty good response.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, that was looking like another strong round from Reliable. They got out into outer, got the entries, and were able to get the bomb planted. They just couldn't hold on to the site. You saw Anger actually got that kill because the terrorists decided to walk through the smoke at CT connector, which was probably a bad call since that's always dangerous. If he would have just stayed outer, maybe gone to CT heaven, they would have had a better look at the site and had a better hold on it. But either way, they're still up 3, so they're going to be feeling good.
I would think so. Fast movement here from Roka, moving into the inner, probably the brown hall, just to hold the push. It's going to be an off look at the outer hold. But this is something that CompLexity does quite frequently. They'll play back and choose to play off aggressive, not really passive, but as far back as you could say within rifle reasonable distance. They have one player back at Hell, one player back in the I think it's the 4 lane, and one player back at the Z, and they'll choose to let people come to them and expose themselves at outer. It's not really relevant this time, because it seems to be a full-on B take, and it's a very slow-moving B take. 4 are alive in the brown hall, including the bomb, with 1 lurk at the ladder. And the action, no doubt, starts with Sean Gares. First shot over the top brings down Roka. He might get a second. He'll call out that ladder shot. Jay Mitchell sends his regards. Long distance op shot to the dome. That's a really hard shot to make. Anyone who's ever played Counter-Strike knows that. Anger gets 1. That's Slip, who is down by the site. Also Arya, who traded or attempted to trade him out. Jay Mitchell responds with Semphis's death, and now it's down to a 2-on-3. Jay Mitchell and CEVO left for the T side, and they can't claim this bomb site with the CTs swarming, but there's really no purpose in reversing direction with the bomb down on the floor, so they'll have to fight this one out. And Anger waits for that inevitable peek, puts that shot just over CEVO's head. 2-on-2. Jay Mitchell aggressively pressing the site. He knows somebody's behind that silo, and he wants this kill. Nothing is down there. CEVO flashes. It allows his teammate to peek. Now, this flash is not designed for himself. His teammate's calling flash, 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 so I can come out and peek him. This is dangerous. Nothing and Pico are both looking at the same thing. That's a complete failure in communication. Nothing now has to clutch one-on-one, sprays wildly backwards and tries to pick up David. But both players are weak. It could be a touchdown nade. No, it's not. Nothing runs away. The bomb is in his control, and Jay Mitchell, he can't win this one with 4 seconds left. This is a lost round, and he needs to save his gun.
Exactly. He needs to save that AK. You know, Reliable had the good entry. Well, they traded 1-for-1 with Sean Gares over at Upper, but because of that, I think they only thought CompLexity has been only playing one man in B, but this round they decided to stack it with Anger and Sean Gares, and because of that, you saw after they picked up Sean, they kind of went into the site from Upper and weren't looking behind him, and then Anger got a quick kill from behind, nice and easy, and I think you know, they just didn't expect 2 people to be there. If they would have been if they would have known that Anger was still there, then it could have been different for him. But nice
I'm
stack.
just genuinely. Are you at all surprised that that round turned out to be a win? Both players looking at the same lane, and somebody had the drop on a team, and a TK Semphis just still has some pent-up feelings about Anger. Decides to shoot him in the back of the head and remove him from the round. The bomb gets planted. Jay Mitchell surely can't win this round. He'll save the gun. They'll have money for next round. I don't know if I really feel that this was a huge success. I understand the pub mentality of it's train, rush in, get the plant, let Jay Mitchell save his gun, but I don't know. Feels kind of cheap.
Yeah, I mean, they get the extra money, so they'll be able to buy and get utility nades. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, if you get a bomb planted on an eco round, then I think it's successful. So they should be feeling good about it. But yeah, on that previous round, I just wanted to comment how you said you're surprised that they won because they were both looking at the same lane, and Jay Mitchell even got a flank on him. So yeah, I was surprised as well that CompLexity actually came out with that one on top. So.
Nothing literally. He did the big like air strafing wiggle, like, oh please don't shoot me, yeah. and he lived, and I was baffled. I was like, Jay Mitchell, you need to hit that shot. Anyway. Let's look at our hold. It's a default look. 2 in the Whitehall. They are probably going to turn around and use the ladder because the bomb is waiting at the T-con, the T-connector. And if they're in this position, then surely they won't push inner. They got 1 on the far side. Note that it's important to know that Ari has crossed at the Ivy, or the back of the alley. So he's at a different position than you would normally see. And he's given, oh, through the smoke, says hello to Nothing. Nothing had no idea how he just dived. Roka will pick up a double. He connects and transfers the spray with which he does. Arya lands another one. Perfect execution. Complexity could do nothing to hold on to the site. Only one left. That's all. Anger just pressed through the smoke. Why would you do it? Turns on him and dies.
Almost coming up big there with that nice turn and flick shot, but he just had too many.
Slip has never played Train before.
What?
Slip has earned
Train map veteran?
Map veteran.
Wow, Slip. Come on, dude.
But
wow. That's even Roka was embarrassed. He just said in chat, "Oh my god, I can't believe that." But yeah, I mean that was just a pretty quick, dominant round by Reliable. You know, they got out quick, got a couple smokes down, and got the entries. And Complexity just couldn't do anything about it. So I mean, great round by them, and they pick up 4. So they are going to be sitting very nice. I mean, I'd say 4. You're feeling really good about that T side on Train.
This is an odd position to be in, losing CT side on Train. I know it's close. But you want to have that minimum 2 rounds, right? It's just natural. No? You don't feel that way?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, if you see a terrorist, if you're losing 4-3 Train on your CT side, then you're thinking, you know, crap, they got what they wanted, so this is going to be tough for us when we switch sides.
All right.
Yeah, especially with how it's going right now. I mean, they're looking to pick up more rounds. So.
Ambush here. Anger connects no shots. He hits Jay Mitchell just once, and he'll be able to retreat back to the T connector. A major failure on his part. One in the site split. Wow, stands up immediately. Hits Sean Gears for the nice 1-tap, and it could have been a 2-on-1. Anger must be kicking himself now because none of his shots go through. Nothing to do with ping on that one. He just put those shots wide, high, and too far inside. No nade kill here. He knows where Slip is at the hell position. There's no reason to peek. Anger could clutch this one. If he starts defusing right now, he won't. It's a fake, and he'll run away to save his gun. He probably wants to try to kill Jay Mitchell. Never even peeked him. He could have gotten away with that defuse, I think.
No, he didn't have a kit, and I think they knew because it was an eco round for him. So Jay Mitchell was feeling pretty confident there. If he did commit to that, then he obviously, I don't think he had enough time to get it regardless. I mean, so it was just a good play by Jay Mitchell right there anyways. But
Anger had a double agent moment right there. He's just like, I'm not hitting this shot because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, 5 rounds T side, and it's going to be another eco round for Complexity, despite Anger being able to buy. Obviously, we see some CZs, but that's, I mean, it could be enough, but probably not going to be. Slip wielding that op could get an easy pick outer unless they push him, but I doubt they will since they are going to be saving.
This is the maximum amount of rounds you can really yield on a CT side to feel like you've still got a shot on the second half. So this is where Complexity needs to buckle down. Let's take a look at the overhead. It's a 3-1-1 split with the favored side being Alley. The bomb is also down there, and they will pressure that man. And they press them back. And this is a pretty safe play. Nothing is pushed all the way back into the 5-lane. Slip hits 2 beautiful op shots. Ridiculous. Roka also connects. It's another match. No, it's eco, right? Of course, with the exception of with Anger and his preserved weapon. But without any kills, without any economy being built up here, it's just a systematic wipeout of the entire Complexity squad. Except for them. Oh, never mind. Roka too fast.
Roka too quick. I liked how they had the number 8 man, which is Arya, going inner once again for that lurk and that flank, because if they did take outer, then he would have been able to come in through the CT connector and probably pick up a kill or 2 as they were trying to help defuse the bomb or, you know, stop the guys from getting into outer. So I like having that one man going out. Obviously, it could bite you in the butt if you aren't, you know, hitting your entries outer, but so far, Reliable just seems to be 100% on point.
Let's tell a sad tale here. If you will pull up the stat sheet and go to the equipment value of each team, the total cash will tell you it's been about the same in terms of kills. But if you go to the equipment value, it tells you exactly what the story has been. It's been Reliable taking a little bit of a dip and then coming back strong. Complexity just on a horrible roller coaster.
Yeah, they're going straight down so far, so they need to come up with a win here. This is going to be a big round for these guys because, I mean, if you allow Reliable to get any more rounds T-side, then, I mean, that could be just 100% disastrous. 6 rounds already is pretty bad, honestly.
And it's a bit of a landslide because you really under 2 huge kills from Sempus. That could change the the complexion of the round. He gets a third one and drops the bomb on the ground. One left on the field. That's Arya. Our number 8 is in the Ivy, and he's flashed pretty bad. He saw that second flash coming. Will probably bring down nothing. Transfer his spray. Might bring down Sean Garris. And a third, but not a fourth. Good effort on his part. He's definitely got that wild animal cornered mentality. But the thing that I'm saying, Clay, is that with the constant rebuys, you're not getting your utility nades, and oddly enough, I'm talking about utility nades on CT side.
Yeah, exactly, and you see they won that round, and they were still short on cash. 3 of them only had about $3,300, so, I mean, forcing these rebuys is, it's bad for CompLexity. I mean, look at them. They're working, only one of them is missing a gun. They all have armor and smokes and flashes, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, their money, their economy is hurting for sure.
It's a bit disconcerting for them. Another nice entry. CEVO has been really strong with these ones so far. It's Anger behind the dumpster, doesn't pick up a single kill. He does a pretty sizable chunk of damage, so it brings him down to a 4 health. Kiko and Sip has combined it outer to pick up lurkers. The bomb is planted. It's 2-on-3, and honestly, never mind. Since Roka died, it's no longer in favor of the T's anymore. It's just a clear round win for the CTs unless Jay Mitchell can stop this kill. He can't. He might pull this one off. I spoke too soon. I am very, very cognizant of the passive curse here. Shot and the defuse. He's going to win this one. Kiko can't defuse realistically without Jay Mitchell coming out to fire at him. He pre-fires him in frustration, cannot land a single shot, and Jay Mitchell just taunts him. Disaster strikes, really.
Wow. That was, I mean, Jay Mitchell just completely saved that round. That was so well played. I mean, I honestly thought CompLexity was going to take that because you saw they got in the site, they got into the bomb down, but then CompLexity came in, retook the site, and then it was Jay Mitchell 1 versus 3 right there, and he was able to just clutch it. So, I mean, awesome job by him. And, wow, 7 rounds now, CompLexity forced onto another eco. Hiko bought. No, he saved his gun, sorry. Forced onto another eco. I mean, this is just... I'm amazed that CompLexity is having such a hard time right now on CT side. I mean, I know nothing said that they didn't practice, but, you know, they did play this map recently against NIP, so they should be...
It's not like Reliable doesn't practice, too. You know, they're both pro-level teams. And
exactly.
I think we've kind of not given them the fair shake of it in the terms of the matchup because Reliable's also it's starting to show. Anyway, I had a question for you tonight. Are we green-lighted for a giveaway? Are we doing that tonight?
Yeah, we could do a giveaway after this match.
Mousepad tonight?
Yep.
Free fire. Anger eats all of it. 8-4. That eco round finishes up again. The half is dwindling away, and with 3 rounds remaining, there is no option but to win out.
So I'm really wondering if it is the pickup of Anger that's causing the problem here with CompLexity, because, I mean, I know they said that they haven't practice trained, but, I mean, can one player coming into the lineup really affect the team that badly? I guess it looks like it could.
Well, okay, I will say this. He's had an opportunity twice to make a big play to change the fortunes around, and he's missed. One time with a 5-7, one time with an M4, stopping the entry. Mm-hmm. And he's getting a little bit abused in inner, but his scoreline is okay. His KD is okay, but I think we all know in Counter-Strike KD is not the full story of it. Smoked off rush through the 4-lane, 5-lane, and into CT. Jay Mitchell turns and tries to transfer his spray onto Sean Garris. Does pick up a headshot on maybe the 7th or 8th bullet. Sean Garris did not connect a single shot there, and he's got to be a little bit embarrassed. This looks like rust, Clay. This looks like pure rust.
Yeah, I mean, and also just, I mean, stellar play by Reliable. You know, normally you see the usual suspects, like Roka or Arya, you know, doing very well for Reliable, but this time, you know, Jay Mitchell is stepping up as well, so, I mean, it just seems like that together as a unit, they're just playing the better game.
I certainly would agree with this. Now, going into the second game, we talked about, is there a warm-up to be had? Are we lagging? Are we paused?
I could switch, so it looks like we're probably paused here.
We're paused. We probably had to disconnect at some point. Like I said, we are going into that second game, and we're wondering if it's a matter of warm-up, if it's a matter of familiarity with the map because they haven't been practicing it. Maybe.
The match was confirmed
very
just a
last
short,
minute.
yeah, very last minute. So I mean, that could be the issue. Maybe they just aren't warmed up here. But you know, going into the next map, we'll see how they do. I mean, it's going to be a different map, obviously. It's going to be trained. So I don't think CompLexity can say, oh, we haven't practiced nuke. So they should be, huh?
You said a different map and then you said train again.
Did I?
Like,
Sorry,
right.
it's going to be nuke. Sorry about that. So yeah, I don't think they could use the we didn't practice nuke excuse there. I mean, I think they should be well played on nuke and shouldn't have an issue there. And obviously, they should be warmed up by then. So if they lose this match, you know, they should be able to perform better against Denial, hopefully.
We are talking as if this is all over and there's no comeback possible, but they do have the license to mount a beautiful T-side and put together something really, really fantastic and show us something in the second half. It's unlikely, but still possible. And in terms of what is still possible, 2 rounds to win for, well, that didn't start well. Nothing gets taken out of the alley. And Arya, who's been working alley against him the entire time, has been getting the better of him quite frequently. He's forced nothing to drop out back into the middle train, the 5 train, almost every time, and when he's pushed, he's won that battle. Arya's won that battle every single time. That's got to be an area of concern for CompLexity. I think, for the most part, you want to take this with a good, healthy dosage of utility nades if you have a rifler there, or a single, very fast op if you don't. And nothing has had neither of those things. It's a recipe for disaster otherwise. No?
Yeah.
No agree?
No, it is.
5 alive for the T's. 3 for the CDs. They'll try to rotate through, and the catch slipped right out of place. Really, really badly out of place. 2 in the site. That's Anger and Semphis. They'll defend. They don't have a bomb to defend, and they just seem to be clumped up trying to get a kill here. They do. Anger gets 1 with his 5-7. There's the DC that caused the pause, and the round wraps up 10-4. This could be a 10-5. This could be an 11-4. Either way, it's sort of a disastrous half for the CTs.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the absolute first time we're seeing, you know, a team come back T-side, but it's just so improbable that I don't know if CompLexity will be able to do this, but we shall see. And yeah, Sean Gear's disconnected there, so he's actually going to be short on money. Won't be able to buy this round. Everyone else on the team will be able to, but this deficit is just pretty brutal.
Let's talk about the positives here. Reliable Gaming is hitting every single shot. Their spray transfers are crisp, they're communicating well, and they execute. They found their personnel matchup that they like. They are going after nothing regularly and pushing him back at the Ivy and also attacking Anger low in the bomb site. They've picked their fights well. Their executes are showing all of that. Now 2 kills immediately on the opposite side of the map. I didn't pick those up for some reason because I lagged.
It was a nice flash entry by Anger for Sean Gear's upper, actually. So he did some nice teamwork right there. So they got in there, got a kill, but obviously traded out. Or no, Sean actually got the auto sniper. Excuse me, I'm an idiot.
G3 picked up by Sean Gears, and Arya out in open space will hit a nice 2-burst onto Semphis. It just does not seem to be rolling their way today. Here's the trade, and nope, not at all. Still nothing going their way. Anger's the last. He's in the Z. He's got Jay Mitchell right by his side. He brings him down now that he's got the kill. Everyone knows his location, and the nades now come in. He's going to be in dire straits if he can't pick up this and turn it into a one-on-one. Arya's on his right. He's got 1 more to his left. That's CEVO, who waits for him. He will not have the chance to fight him because Arya wins that battle. 11-4 is your halftime score. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton. My partner is Flops. And I see you guys don't like our casting. Why is that?
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about Reliable here because, like I said, I mean, they're looking great right now. You know, Roka and Arya, they're doing well, which is expected. But, I mean, Jay Mitchell really stepping up here. Slip and Sobo, they have their off day, their days where they're, you know, either doing well or not doing well. And today it seems like Jay Mitchell is doing the most of the legwork for those guys.
We're into our second half, and now we wait for either the momentous comeback or inevitable collapse before moving on to our second match. Know that going on after this is the second leg of our doubleheader, CompLexity versus Denial. And Denial Esports, a formidable team if you're not familiar with the North American scene. I think probably experiencing more success this season than Reliable is. Long distance shot, a Glock shot to the top of the neck. Arya will go down. Nice. Anger turns the corner. It finds Jay Mitchell waiting for him. It's down to a 3-on-2. A very winnable situation for the terrorist side, leaving Roka all by himself out in space, and he fights by the bomb train. Everyone knows his location, and now he's just kind of kiting them around, hoping to live. Launches himself up in the air and hopes to survive. He gets a kill, turns, finds one of the bomb train. The one on the bomb train is going to charge him, try to get a looping rainbow kill. Roka says, "Oh, I give up, man. I'm just gonna try to stab you." He does not, and it's 11-5. Now that pistol round is critical. That is the catalyst. That's the spark that you need to at least try to turn this one around.
It is. I mean, if Complexity has an amazing T side here, then we could see something happening. Maybe Train is T sided now. Who knows? But no, all kidding aside, yeah. I mean, like you said, pistol round very important, obviously, and they should have the momentum they need to pick up another 1 to 2. Hopefully, they should be able to get something going here. And look at this push coming in from Arya.
We do have a push coming in from Arya. A very, very difficult to execute push without support here. That's a suicidal move, and it probably is one that you wouldn't call for on a gun round like this. I mean, if you're ecoing, maybe you start making the catastrophically difficult plays, but you like to have someone to support you, to trade you out if you went down. He made the play, he made the wrong choice, and got taken out. Now Sempis will wait for the rotator. One tap from miles away. It was not a headshot. I should point you out that he was already weak before he arrived. Jay Mitchell and Sobo are the last two left, and Complexity looks pretty good, in good enough shape to wrap up this eco round at least, or the anti-eco round. There's another. Jay Mitchell goes down. The site's now surely clear, but the bomb is not actually there. Sobo's a little bit confused. Which way should he be looking, he wonders. He's got people on his left and right. He actually has no idea where the bomb is. You can hear the tick now. Can he from this distance? Apparently not. Sobo looking to enter, looking for the flanker. They're both on the ramp, and he's in a really bad spot. He has nothing to say for us. You might imagine that he's going to go for the one-tap shots, and Hiko will find him first, 11-6. Not a comeback yet, but it's the beginning.
Yeah, I was a little surprised Gares and Hiko didn't actually push him and force him into a little spot there. And I mean, I guess they had the angle on him and didn't have to, so either way, smart play by them. But yeah, another round for Complexity, and they got that momentum rolling. We're seeing some CZ, one CZ, a couple P250s being bought for Reliable. Let's see if they're going to do anything interesting here. It looks like a 4-man stack on B, and they may have chosen correctly this round.
They may. Sobo comes around the corner at the far side of the ground hall. 2 kills, 1 Beagle, 1 CZ kill, and nothing attempts to withdraw from his position. No guns replaceable just yet. They're not going to let him pick it up, or they shouldn't. Jay Mitchell hits a long distance shot on Sean Gares, and now a bunch of guns are littered around the map, and now the remaining Complexity players, Nothing and Hiko, cannot stand to guard the dropped weapons. They'll have to surrender them. 2 weapons picked up. That's 2 AKs and a Deagle left versus a very weak Nothing at 1 health, and Hiko sitting at 84. It looks like we have another pause. No,
just a little lag spike, it looks like.
Yeah. A preemptive retake here. There's a far flanker coming, and that happens to be Sobo. Oh, nice early kill. Slip gets cut out, so that's Sobo by himself coming through, probably a 4 or 5. He's thinking about it. Now it's turned into a one-on-one. He knows his opponent is coming from that direction, swaps out a weapon for his AK. It's a tense moment. And a connected 5 burst. Sobo goes down after peeking, finding the wrong sort of information. We're done with the ecos.
Very good eco round by Reliable. They almost pressed that. And look at this. 3 auto snipers being bought by Reliable. Man, they really want to press that long-range advantage with the scopes, and they're going to do that. So this should be a fun round to watch. But yeah, I mean, great eco round. They got a lot of kills, forced a bunch of rebuys from Complexity, but Hiko just too good on the clutch, and he was able to save that round for Complexity.
Yeah, I think just to avoid the America versus world conversations that the chat's about to build up into, you're right. Europe is better than North America at Counter-Strike, and I don't think anyone is going to argue otherwise, especially with this roster turnover, especially with the sloppy play that we're seeing tonight for Complexity. I'm not sure that anyone would ever make that argument, not unless somebody won a major tournament, so there's no reason to get into that conversation. The first kill by Nothing from the ladder. Oh, the back knife! The back stab. Arya gets traded. Nothing turns to save his teammate from being traded with, or not traded, I should say. And, that's still a bit embarrassing. 3-on-3. The odds look more in favor now of the Reliable side. Another trade. Semphis picks up Sobo, and Jay Mitchell's the last with his Scar. He's in the Z. The bomb is out in the middle of the open space, and nobody wants to cross to go get it. They'd rather find the player here and not give away their position. Now they're going to talk about it, try to find his location. They did. Jay Mitchell lost that battle. They're going to pick up the Scar, I think. That could be useful. On this map, I can't really think of too many use cases for a Scar. I'd rather have an op on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be used for the coming out of the T connector, looking for that pick down towards CT alleyway, towards the sandbag area. They should be able to get a pick there with that thing. But yeah, I think I would prefer the op as well, just because you want to get that quick pick, and you want to get it quick. You don't want to be standing there too long and have potential to be taken out.
There is, I mean, there is a use case. Clearly, on the CT side, you see get right underneath at the lower B side using the auto. How did that headshot happen? Was that an interp kill?
Oh no, it was someone else. It was Hiko actually got it, or not
Crazy,
Hiko. Sorry.
Crazy optical.
Yep, slip.
Yeah. 2 left for the CT side. Our minds just temporarily blown because we saw something that was not even possible. There's the round win. It's 11-9, and we were crying calamity for CompLexity, and that's not at all the case. Not at all anymore.
So, like I said, apparently Train has become T-sided because CompLexity, they haven't lost a round yet, I don't think. So they are on fire right now on this T side. Reliable should be hitting that losing streak bonus. It is going to be building up quite a bit, so they should be able to keep buying here as these rounds progress until they obviously pick up a win. Seeing 2 more auto snipes being picked up, not going for that trio of auto snipers, which I think was probably a little bit excessive. So this has the potential to work out for them, but I think they should roll with an op and an auto sniper personally.
Yeah, like I had said, when I had said that there's a preference on this map, you do have the choice to use an auto sniper here, and there are use cases for it. Like I was trying to cite earlier, Get Right does play the lower B ramp with it, and it's very effective. But when you're using them as entry weapons, you'd rather hit a one shot and be done with it, sort of, or at least that's my mentality. And the auto snipers have more of a home on CT side, which is what I'm trying to apply. With 2 left, both of them have auto snipers. Both are pretty expensive purchases. So you think that they're not even going to be close, and they retreat to their spawn and hope for the best. They're going to be hunted, though.
Yeah. Once they get the sight and get clear, then those auto snipers really lose their value because, I mean, the terrorists obviously are going to be all up in your face and, you know, trying to get the kills with the auto snipe once you have terrorists jumping around up close, then it's going to be tough. And one thing I noticed about those auto snipers is they weren't playing them on the outside in the back of the trains area, like the Vines area or the CT alley area. They weren't actually in that area, which I think that's probably the strongest spot for a scope on CT side, so I'm a little surprised that's not where they're playing that.
It is I think it's a position you might want to bring up to their IGLs and ask them why not. Set smoke here. Nothing will set this one up. That smoke will probably land past the bomb train, sealing off the Z side, and that, through the smoke kill, Jay Mitchell's feet just barely given away. That first defender who tried to push the door is now gone, and no rotates to support him. One is going to push through the Brown Hall on our map. That happens to be Arya, who gets the better of Semphis. His push is successful. He may connect a second one. Sean Gares does not allow it. His Scar will bring him down. 3 alive for the CTs. That's an M4, A4, 2 FAMASs, and very weak utility nades left over. Just 4 flashbangs total for 3 players. No smokes. Right? I think Anger just saw an opponent, and I don't think he registered it. I think he literally just let that happen. Local will find him, no doubt. There he is, right in front of him. Anger finds him on the second go-around. Why? I don't think Sobo and Slip are going to go for this. They're standing at a pretty far position, and their body language, their positioning on the map says that Slip and Sobo want nothing to do with this. We have one by the 6 train, right? Look at that.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're the 2 who keep being left up for the clutches, but unfortunately, they're the ones who are performing the least here for reliable, so that's just unfortunate luck right there.
The comeback is starting now. After this round win, it'll be all tied up, and after the landslide that we had talked about in the first half, it's now in CompLexity's court to really turn this one around. So let's assess the economy and talk about the possibilities of reliable hanging on, with 3-4 being the average, 3-5 roughly, with 3-8 being the top end. You're not buying much, and if you're not buying much, that means you're skimping on a couple of nades, and this round they're okay. This round they've got the smokes and flashes because it's a cheaper economy, but next round, maybe not. Next round, never mind, they chose not to. It's an eco. They had enough to force, they'll choose not to. They'll have just the CZs, USPs, and the FAMAS.
Yeah,
probably the right call.
Yeah, they saved, and with that losing bonus, they should have plenty of money to buy next round with full meals and everything that they need.
Arya has pushed maybe 3 consecutive rounds and has caught somebody each and every time. He picks up Semphis's gun and increases their odds of winning just that much more. And Anger's in the smoke right next to his opponent, has no idea where Slip is. He's trying to find him, steps out, finds him, still reloading, and he gets traded in the process. Jay Mitchell will bring down Sean Gares. Now, nothing with a gun and had a full complement of teammates fully loaded to the teeth is now facing a really, really poor situation. He'll lose that round, and Reliable hangs on to their lead. They climb back up by 1.
Yeah, so losing bonus goes out the window with that win, obviously. But, I mean, they do pick up the win. They're going to get the winning bonus, winning money from that. And they saved regardless, so their money should be looking pretty good now. Seeing 2 auto snipers once again, still not going for any ops. And I want to see one of those guys play in the CT, and it looks like Slip is going there. Okay, good.
Good, good. That's a good mix-up there. A change of default position, so you can't get that early flash peak entry where somebody comes out pre-firing you. Roka pre-fired Sean Gares, who came up over the top of the red train and saw just a shadow there. 2 nice responses, 3 nice responses. Anger, Semphis, and Hiko combined to bring down 3 CTs. Jay Mitchell and Sobo, they've been in this position before, yeah? They keep getting stuck, being the last players alive, and I guess that's your curse, being the far extreme points of the map players.
Yeah, it was actually, I think it was Sobo and Slip who were the 2 who kept being left up. But with
yes,
Jay Mitchell up
yes.
this time, they should have a good chance here. But look at this, Sobo.
No lurk. Jay Mitchell the last. Number 7 is in the Z, and it looks like he's going to fight this one out. He's positioned himself so he can get an easy kill. If he turns into a 1-on-2, I guess it's definitely possible. If he could just throw a nade right now, which he doesn't have, he'd have a really good time of it. Here's the bomb plants, and Jay Mitchell's looking at the wrong locations. 1 tap from Semphis, 12-12. It's coming down to the wire.
It really is, and I think they're going to be in trouble a little bit here. Look at this. Reliable should be able to buy other guys who are low on income here. Let's see if they do. Yeah, they're going to go and buy everyone. And this is going to be an important round here, because if they lose this, then they're going to go back to saving again, and CompLexity should be able to take the lead from there. So
look at this vitriol. Are you seeing this? Hiko, I think you make me the most sick out of your entire team, and you have anger. Hiko says you literally won 2 rounds, the last 2 land points. There is no love lost for this, and they want to win this one, clearly. 12-12, and the first death is Arya, who's been impactful as a CT player this match, and I think that's going to be a critical change here. He is the pusher, of course, the one who keeps going into the ground hall to challenge Semphis or whoever that entry fragger that they have there. Anger hits a nice shot, comes out to the bomb train, finds Sobo pushing him, has a double for himself, and Jay Mitchell finally responds after losing so many teammates early on. 1 back at the 5 lane, not transferring lane. Slip wanted to win that battle with Anger and loses it long distance, and it's kind of hard to win that long distance battle with a 1-tap AK fight. Jay Mitchell the last, like he was before, and his auto sniper may not save him, not from this many remaining CompLexity players. Doesn't.
yeah, CompLexity just pretty much dominated that round, got all their entries that they needed to get, and like I said, they take the lead, and Reliable going to be saving here. So I mean, it looks like CompLexity, honestly, the T side that they're having, I mean, they did the unthinkable, I think, and they came back here, T side, and it looks like they should be able to close it out with how they've been playing, honestly.
I'm distracted, but I'm distracted for the right reason, because this match is just ridiculous. They hate each other. Jay Mitchell's the first one down, and there's one above Sean Gares at the red train. He withdraws right at the last time, not to get clipped in the feet as he pulls back. This time Arya's not pushing B tunnels. He's actually in the Ivy, and he thinks somebody's going to be there, but of course we know better that they're not. They've actually made it into B already. They haven't even called for the rotates because they walked in thinking that this is too safe. This is weird. This is really weird. But they actually have purchase on the map. The players are just out of position. 2 other kills, and that one leaves Sobo by himself. Our number 9 has a CZ in the CT. You might find Hiko here. Doesn't get him. That's got to be satisfaction right there for Hiko to clean up Sobo.
Yeah, after all that trash talk going on in chat, picking up that kill, yeah. And obviously, if they win this, it's going to be even better. So, 14-12, and they're going to be able to buy out here. Not buy out, but obviously buy. So they should be able to try to stop the bleeding here. But, like I said, CompLexity just looking super strong right now. And Reliable just seems like they've lost the win in their sails. I mean, everyone just doesn't seem to be performing like they were on the T side.
This might be the critical round, and it's not because they don't want to play for the tie or anything like that, but because of the economy. We'll find out. It's going to be the tie point here. Entries for CompLexity look pretty much like they've walled off. They've walled off the specific zones that you need to. That is the red train and the Z connector. They've left the site open so they have enough vision on it. Nothing will come up over the top ladder. Find Ari up top, gets traded out from the Z, and that will be a good defensive play. Slip had the drop on Sempus. Sempus picks up 2. Roka's the last, and he'll have to clutch. It's 1-on-2 versus the 2 strongest fraggers of the day. Actually, Anger has just pulled ahead of Hiko recently, so one of the 2. But actually, out of the 3. Roka has 38 health, and he has the bomb in his sights. He saw jumping Hiko. Hiko actually saw Roka, fired a shot at him, so his position's compromised, his teammates wrapping around. They're going to change positions to make sure that it's hard for Roka to assess his actual odds of victory here. He knows that if he fires at Hiko, every time he fires, there's somebody wrapping to engage him, and Hiko's making bad plays here. He's jumping around, compromising his location as well, and that's made it a one-on-one for Roka and Sempus. He goes underneath the train, his feet are showing. Sempus has to know, and Roka needs to come out and start pre-firing. Sempus gets him 15-12 CompLexity. They've almost sealed up the huge comeback.
Yeah, and with the money that they're facing right now, they're not going to have a good buy most likely here. Obviously, you see a Mag 7 here, a couple M4s, no armor, and then, of course, just pistols. Actually, it looks like Arya, I'm sure Arya probably has something here. I think he just switched weapons. But either way, I mean, you know, Roka had the chance to clutch there. He kind of stood in the fire a little bit too much over at the CT connector that they threw in there, which, you know, didn't help him out at all, brought him down to 38 health. If he had more health in that fight with Hiko, he probably would have came out on top and would have had a better chance going up against Sempus.
2 early kills for CompLexity, and we call that one particular strat. You need to have somebody fast peek that Ivy player to make sure that you have a chance to win it all. It's down to a 2-on-1, and Jay Mitchell here to save the game. Now, to say that emotions are riding high is a bit of an understatement, and you can tell Jay Mitchell's squad really wants him to win this one. We'll find out if our number 7 can do it. He's in the Z, he's 1-on-2, and he knows right now somebody's in the site. He can hear it, he'll walk up behind him, and he can turn it into a 1-on-1 like this. He does. Now he has to find the next one. Sean Gares is in the back corner. Oh no. He just barely survives it. He still has his 9 health. There's the clutch. Jay Mitchell will send us to a 15-13.
Wow. Jay Mitchell stepping it up once again, and look at this. That's a 30 bomb for him in this game. I mean, he had a phenomenal T-side. Honestly, was probably responsible for most of the success that they had T-side, and then he just stepped up right there to stop them from losing. So I mean, he's you know, he's not giving up just yet. Obviously, Arya, Roka, they need to, you know, kick it up a notch here, but they should be able to buy more guns and actually get armor this time, so they got a better chance rather than they had previous rounds. So the dream is still alive for Reliable.
The dream is alive. It's a 3-1-1, the opposite direction, 3 into the White Halls. The bomb is dropped so that they have location and protection from the inevitable pusher. That pusher is not actually there yet because Arya is not on that side of the map. He's playing a swing position in the back hall, supporting the outer bomb site. They played 1 at B with a rotator in Z in case they need him. Sobo will find Sean Gears crouching to see if he can get the red train pick. He doesn't. Sobo's too fast and picks up the headshot. He sees the next one at the ladder. And the locations of these players will tell Sobo that it's probably set up for an outer take, and he's calling his players over to sort of consolidate and take outer. At the same time, a simultaneous push at the inner is actually happening, and those rotates are too slow because of the 2 players that he spotted. Now Sobo calls the T-Con and the ladder, and that means that you would ideally think that nobody was there. Luckily, thanks to fantastic shooting, Reliable staves off the bad rotates and sends this to 15-14.
Down to the wire. I think CompLexity was just probably spread a little too thin there, especially with the way that Reliable was playing that B site. They were back and just letting CompLexity enter, but they were all over the map right there, losing trades, and you know, only two to three people going into B. It was easily defendable for Reliable, so they were able to just let them get in there, you know, pick people apart when they could, and if they got the bomb plant, you know, they were already ahead in money, so it's not too big of a deal for Reliable.
It's not. This is the last one. I hear the cops coming for you, Clay, and
I'll do it.
No, don't worry about it. I think it adds to the dramatic tension as the helicopters close in on you to take you away. We also have the final, probably the final round of this game, unless we go to overtime. 15-14, like we said. Everybody has fully bought, and a couple of smokes out to ward off any early rushes for the CTs. We'll slow down CompLexity, who have fire here. 3 players have fire. This is a set piece. They're all going to use this fire on probably a set position that they know, a problem position that they've been having some difficulty rooting a player out. I'm interested to see where these players are going, because notice Hiko, Sean Gares, and Nothing are in locations so far away from each other that the fire must not be intended for stacking. They must be for multiple locations. A minute left. A minute 10 left. Everyone's waiting for a push. They've been sort of Pavlovian trained to think that somebody like Aria will be pushing them. Like that science drop right there?
Yeah, that's good.
Nice pot flash for Slip. Doesn't really do much. With a Molotov off, Pico cannot save his own teammate. They get killed, and it's down to nothing in Anger. If they don't kill right now, they don't trade right now, this is going to go to overtime. Nothing in Anger left. Bring it to a 2-on-2. Now a 1-on-2. Anger, who is the star of the evening, has the biggest moment of the evening now in his hands. 1-on-1. Slip with only 13 HP, but the bomb in his hands. He'll relieve himself of that position, run all the way back to the connector, and begin flanking Anger, who thinks he's probably still there. Now he peeks out. Teton sees him! They both engage each other. They both know each other's location. Anger will go for the plant. Our clutcher is now slipped. Anger, who's had the chance to star and shine this evening, capitalizes. 16-14 is the score of your first game. CompLexity barely engineers the comeback.
Yeah, Anger actually had a good game right there, 26 and 19. So he was